Welcome to this 1 hour, 60 minutes power yoga session. Today we're going to be focusing on your birds of paradise as your peak posture and basically mobilizing and maneuvering the hips so that we can reach that peak posture and hold it with strength and control. So if you want to come to the back of the mat, so lengthening the fingertips out all the way along the mat, descend the chest towards the floor, taking a deep breath and a deep exhale. So we know that we can come to child's pose at any time throughout the practice on the mat today, and take as much time as you need in child's pose if you need to gather yourself at any point and connect with the breath. And exhaling. One more. And as we exhale, start to draw the shoulders away from the ears and tuck the tailbone under, the toes under, and we'll lift into your downward dog. So being that this is probably the first downward dog for the day, we'll just make sure that we bend those knees, give the lower back a little bit of space and take some of the pressure off. We'll lengthen the right heel down to the floor and exhale, bend the knee. Lengthen the left heel down to the floor and exhale, bend the knee. Continue to draw the shoulders away from the ears, draw the belly in. Let's go again. Right heel down and exhale, bend. And left heel down and exhale, bend. Beautiful. On your next inhale, some slight tilt of the sit bones up to the sky a little more. We'll start to walk the feet forward towards the front of the mat. Take the feet right to the edge of the mat and allow the body with knees bent to hang over between the thighs in a ragdoll. Just really let the upper body release. And as we find stillness, the hips staying in between both feet, we'll start to lengthen the heels, transfer the weight forward over the balls of the feet. If you want to support yourself in the hands a little, and then a slight rock back, bend the knees. Extend the knees, a gentle rock forward into the balls of the feet, and just feel those hamstrings opening up a little more. And then a bend of the knees. Perhaps give the head a little nod, yes and no, right and left. Stretching those knees, a little rock forward, one more. And then as we exhale, bend the knees, perhaps heel toe the feet together now, bringing them underneath the hips, rolling up through the spine, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. We'll come to your Tadasana mountain pose, transferring the weight over the balls of the feet. There's a slight lightness underneath the heels, as though you could almost slip a sheet of paper underneath the heels with ease. Draw the belly in, squeeze the glutes, broaden the collarbones, and having the chin parallel to the floor, feel the length through the base of the skull, out through the crown of the head. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Inhale. Feel the growth and length through the spine, and exhale. Beautiful. We take a deep breath in. Reach the prayer above the crown of the head. Slightly bending the knees, we come flat back to the floor as we hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Allow the forehead to release. We inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands come to the shin bones. Broaden the collarbones, draw the belly in, and a slight lengthening of the tailbone towards the back of the mat. The body weight's over the balls of the feet. We exhale, plant the hands, step the right leg back into your long runner's lunge. Start to unfurl the top of the spine and lengthen the eye gaze forward. The chest presses towards the front of the mat. We lift the sit bones a little. Engage the inside seam of the back leg and take a deep breath in. Feel that stretch. As we exhale, planting the hands down firmly, we step the left leg back into your high plank, dome the top of the back and squeeze the glutes. We lower the knees to the floor, untuck the toes, press the chest forward, lower the chest and chin to the floor. Allow the belly to descend onto the floor as we press into the heel of the hands and lift the heart, lift the chest, baby cobra. We exhale, lower the forehead down, tuck the toes under, pressing through your high plank, dome the top of the back. We then lift the sit bones high, coming into your downward dog. A slight winging of the heels outwards, a pressing of the chest towards the long bones of the thighs, and perhaps even a press back of the shin bones towards the back of the mat. Round down through the balls of the feet and the big toe knuckle joint. Inhale. Exhale. We inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, lift the heels. Start to walk the left foot and the right towards the top of the mat. Big toe mounds can touch or perhaps separate them about a fist width apart. We lengthen the spine flat back to the floor. We exhale, forward fold over those legs, planting the palms down, perhaps even aligning the heel of the hands to the heels of the feet. Press firmly into the heel of the hands and squeeze the elbows towards the side body, forehead to knees. We bend the knees, reach the arms, circle above the crown of the head to prayer. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. We inhale, halfway lift flat back. Body weight's over the balls of the feet, the spine is lengthened, chest broad. Exhale, plant the hands. Now step the left leg back into your long runner's lunge. Unfurl the top of the back, lengthen the chest forward to the front of the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades away from each other. Sit bones lift a little higher. As we press the hips forward towards the front of the mat, inside seam of the back leg is straight. Draw the right knee in through tiger pose, then place it beside the left. We lower the knees to the floor on the inhale. Untuck the toes, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower the chest and chin to the floor. Scoop the belly forward, roll the shoulders forward, back and down as we lift the heart, chest into baby cobra. Perhaps come up a little higher as you push into the heel of the hands, squeezing those glutes firmly. We then exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes under, press through high plank, belly in. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. We take a deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. Deep inhale, one more. As we exhale, lengthen the right heel to the sky. Toes are flexed, inside seams of both legs are active and strong. Bending the knee, we stack right hip on top of left. Squeeze the outer edge of the left glute. So engage that butt cheek. Press the right shoulder towards the floor and squeeze the heel towards the glute even firmer. Deep inhale. Feel that hamstring opening, the chest opening. Exhale. Big circle with the right knee to the right edge of the mat, down to the floor and back up to the sky. Let's go 4 more. Inhale. Exhale for 3 and 2. Here's your last one. Inhaling, draw the foot in through tiger pose. So we draw the knee to the nose, lift the heel towards the glute a little more. So we engage that hamstring, dome the top of the back, draw the shoulders away from the ears, belly in. We step that foot forward between the hands, lower the back knee down on the floor. We reach the fingers to the sky for your crescent lunge. We take a deep breath in, lift the heart, lift the chest, look up. As we exhale, draw the hands to your heart, press center. We twist left elbow over the right knee, belly draws in and press the hips forward, taking the hands towards the hips rather than the chest. So lower the hands down as we draw the shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. One more. As we exhale, hands come back to heart press center. We reach the fingers to the sky, look up, reach up, shoulders down. Framing your front foot. We step right leg back through tiger pose. Place it beside the left. Squeeze the elbows in. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Tops of the arms come parallel to the side of the body. We hover just above the floor line. Press the chest forward as we lengthen into up dog. Inhale. Exhaling, roll over the toes, downward dog. Beautiful. Separating those shoulders. Ground down through the index finger of both hands. Lift the arches of both feet. We inhale. Lengthen and lift left heel to the sky. Bend the knee, yawn the hips open, stacking left on top of right. Outer edge of that hip squeezes. Press the left shoulder towards the floor as we lengthen through the left side. Squeeze the heel towards the glutes a little further. Take a deep breath in as we circle left knee to left edge of mat down to floor. For 4. Inhale, exhale for 3. And 2. Last one, drawing your foot in through tiger pose. Squeeze the heel towards the glute a little more, dome the top of the back. Extend the shin bone forward, lower the back knee down on the floor. We inhale, reach the fingers to the sky, crescent lunge. Continue the inhale as we lift the heart, lift the chest, look up. Exhaling, hands to heart press, center, belly in. Twist right elbow over the left knee and draw the hands towards your right hip bone. Press firmly into the heel of the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Body weight's over the left ball of the foot. Inhale, one more. As we exhale, hands come to heart press center. Inhaling, reach the fingers to the sky, look up, reach up, lengthen back. We then frame front foot. Step left foot in through tiger pose. Place it beside the right. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Scoop into up dog. Roll over the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. 2 more, we inhale. Sending the breath to the base of the belly, feeling the lower rib cage expanding. So we're really filling that body with vital pranic life force. Inhale. And exhale, lengthen right heel to the sky. Draw the knee in through tiger pose. Place the foot between the hands, back heel plugs down. We inhale, warrior 1. So we're grounding down through the ball of that back foot. Squeeze the right hip back, left hip forward. We exhale, open the arms, warrior 2. Squeezing the pubic bone towards the left long edge of the mat, pressing down through those arms, and press the right knee back towards the right edge of the mat. We inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 1. As we exhale, flip the front palm. Reverse the warrior, reach up, look up. Take a bind with the back arm around the right thigh. Bend the elbow behind the skull and back of the neck. Elbow reaches and lengthens up and back to extend the side body a little more. We then circle the arms to frame the front foot. Step the right leg back into high plank. Lower Chaturanga. Scoop into your up dog. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Each breath we're deepening into all of the postures, exploring new territory every time. We inhale, lengthen the left heel to the sky. Draw the knee in through tiger pose, place the foot between the hands, lower the back heel down 45 degrees. We squeeze the glutes firmly. Inhale, warrior 1. Strong through that back leg. We're lengthening the tailbone towards the floor and zipping the pubic bone up the front of the body as we do so. Press the left knee back. As we open the arms on the exhale, warrior two, keep pressing that left knee back. For 3, exhale. For 2, exhale, sink a little deeper. For 1, we exhale, flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, reach up, look up. Find a bind with the right arm towards the left thigh. Take the forearm of the left arm down behind the back of the neck and head. We lift the elbow high as we look up. Reach back. Exhale, circle the arms to frame the foot. Step the left leg back into high plank. Lower chaturanga. Scoop into your up dog. Roll over the toes. Exhale. Downward dog. Beautiful. Taking 3 cleansing breaths here. We inhale. And exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. We inhale for 3. As we exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, flat back to the floor. Step the right foot forward and the left to meet it. We inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the heel toe together. Big toe mounds are touching, toes are level. We take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to heart press, center, and chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale. Twist the left elbow over the right knee. Twisted chair. Option to broaden the arms open. Feel that twist stretch through the upper back. Making sure those hips stay aligned and square. 2 more breaths. Shoulders draw down as we lengthen the top arm to the sky. Bottom fingers through the floor, not just to the floor, but through the floor. We exhale, bring the hands to your heart press center. Inhaling. Sink low, rock back in the heels. Twist, right elbow over left knee. Twisted chair, other side. Option to broaden the arms. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale, bringing the hands back to heart press center. Inhale back to hand center chair. Reach the fingers to the sky. Full Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back and the left to meet it in high plank. Lower chaturanga. Scoop through into your up dog. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, lengthen the right heel to the sky. Draw the knee in through tiger pose. Place the foot between the hands. Back heel plugs down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, find a bind and reverse the warrior. Forearm comes down behind the neck. We circle the arms to frame the front foot. Step the right leg back. Lower chaturanga. Scoop into the up dog. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling, lengthen left heel to the sky. Lightness underneath the right heel. Draw the knee in through tiger pose. Foot between the hands, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. We exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse. Lower the forearm down behind the back of the neck. Find the bind with the right arm. Sink deeply into your warrior two. Circle the arms, frame front foot. Step left leg back. Lower chaturanga. Scoop into your up dog. And we bend the knees, toe mounds touch, knees wide for child's pose. Allow yourself to descend the chest to the floor. Completely release, surrender for 3. For 2. And last one. We come back onto tucking the toes under, hands wide, downward dog. Taking a deep breath in, lengthen the right heel to the sky. Draw the knee in through tiger pose. Place the foot between the hands. Keep the back knee lifted off the floor as we come into hands, heart press center. Twisting left elbow over right knee. Long lunge with a twist. Option to take the arms broaden and open, and perhaps even take a bind. If you have a strap there, you can hold on to the strap in each hand. Inhale and exhale. We then broaden the arms open. Come back to heart press center. Float your back leg into warrior three. Option to reach the arms back behind you as we lengthen the legs. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Keep squeezing both glutes. As we draw the hands to heart press center, left knee comes to front of hip. We then take your right hand behind your back, left hand underneath your thigh. Lift the left knee to the side of the hip as we find a bind. Inhale. Exhale. We inhale. Exhale. 1 more. As we exhale, place your left foot inside your right thigh for tree pose, hands at heart press center. For 3. And you can take an arm variation here if you choose. You might want to close your eyes. However you would like to shift the experience from your normal habit in this posture. This might be new to you, so just standing on one leg with your foot either at the calf, just gently placed on the floor, or at the thigh might be enough for you. Progress at your pace. We take a deep breath. Lift the left knee to the front of the hip. We then press that flexed toe back towards the back of the mat, warrior 3. Gently lower the back leg down. Reach the fingertips to the sky, crescent lunge. We open into warrior 2. Back foot lines up to the back of the mat, the arms are broad. Taking a deep breath in, place the forearm down on the front thigh, circle the left arm overhead. Shoulders draw down, belly in. Begin to press the pubic bone towards the left long edge of the mat and really squeeze those glutes. We inhale, take the left arm behind the back. Find your thigh. Reach the right arm underneath your leg. Find your fingers in a bind. This might be enough. You might want to stay here or move with me to birds of paradise. We take a step forward, left foot beside right. Come up onto the tippy toes of that right foot. Start to stack the joints. Come to standing on the left leg. Lift the heart, lift the chest. This may be enough for you. You can stay here. Or continuing on, we extend the lower leg into full birds of paradise. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Point the toe. Inhale for 1. Lift the heart, lift the chest before we place right foot beside left gently. Gently step left leg back into long lunge. We reach both hands parallel train tracks beside the head and ears. Frame the front foot. Step the right leg back into your high plank. Lower chaturanga. Scoop into your up dog. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down dog. 3 cleansing breaths. Let it go. Deep inhale and exhale. The floor is there to support you. The earth is always there to catch you. So even if you fall or stumble, the earth is always there for you. We take a deep inhale. Lengthen and lift the left heel to the sky. Draw the knee in through tiger pose. Extend the shin bone to place the foot between the hands. Hands come to heart press center. Back leg is lengthened away from the floor. Just lift the sit bones up a little. We twist right elbow over the left knee and lengthen the spine forward. We extend the arms open. Inhale. Exhale. Option to find a bind or aiming towards the bind. Taking your left arm behind the back and the right arm underneath the front thigh. Doesn't matter if you can't quite get there. This is as much about proportions and arm length as it is about flexibility. So the aim is to have a try and explore. We then extend the arms open, bring the hands back to heart press center. Float that back leg into warrior three. Deep inhale. Exhale. Hand positioning may change, either arms forward or back, or keep them in prayer. One more breath. We then draw the right knee, into the front of the hip. Take the knee to the side as we reach. Right arm underneath the thigh, left arm behind the back, and either find a bind or simply hold the fingertips aiming towards each other. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting the heart and chest, squeeze the glutes. As we exhale, release the bind. Bring your foot into either the thigh, the calf, or just placed on the floor. A little toe stack. So we squeeze the glutes. As we come into tree on the other side. The height of your right leg is not the important thing. It's the grounding through the left that is what matters. So wherever that right foot is placed is about the balance on the left. Exhale. We then bring that right knee to the front of the hip. Flexed toe presses back into warrior three. We take a deep inhale at the apex of the posture. And exhale, lower that back leg down, reach the fingertips to the sky, crescent lunge, open into warrior two. We place the forearm down on the front thigh, circle the right arm overhead, extended side angle. Inhale, lift the ribcage away from the thigh and feel the shoulder blades drawing away from the ears. So we're not just hanging out and dumping down into that elbow. We are lifted and lengthened. As we exhale, take the right arm behind the back, find your thigh, and then reach the left arm underneath to find the fingers. Sink low. You may wish to stay here or come with me for Birds of Paradise second side. We step right. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Belly draws in. You may wish to stay here and just find that balance, or we continue on. Extend the lower leg. For 3. For 2. For 1. Then gently, with grace and control, we lower. Step right leg back into your long lunge. We reach the arms parallel beside the ears, lift the ribcage away from the thigh, frame that front foot, step left leg back into your high plank, lower chaturanga, scoop into your up dog. We roll over the toes, exhale, down dog. Well done. Let it go. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale, let it go. Amazing. On your next inhale, we'll come down to the knees being on the floor. Walk the hands back towards the knees and start to open up through the front of the hips and lengthening the spine. We take a deep breath in. I saw my mic pack out there. Deep breath in. We roll the shoulders forward, back and down. Place the hands into the small of the back. Place the heel of the hands into the fleshy part of the glutes. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart, lift the chest, and press the hips forward as we look back for camel. Continue to draw the shoulders away from the ears. We then gently bring the torso upright, take a deep breath in, and sink the sit bones onto the heels. And place the hands onto the tops of the thighs. You may wish to close the eyes down and just recalibrate all of that opening through the spine. All the twisting that we've done to this point. Feel the length. Amazing. Now, if you've got some blocks there, or a couple of rolled up towels, we're going to start to stretch the upper tricep and into the lats. So with your two blocks, place them in a length across the front of your mat. We can untuck the toes here and take the sit bones back over the heels and the knees wide. Take the fingertips, interlace them, sit bones back. Take the clasped hands behind the head as we drop the chest towards the floor. Squeeze the elbows in towards the center line of the body and squeeze the hands back over the head. As we drop the chest, we start to feel from the elbow through to the armpit open and stretch. If you would like to increase the stretch, drop the hips back a little bit further and come up onto the tippy toes so that the glutes are a little higher. You can do that. Beautiful. We release the hands. Come back up. Remove the blocks. And come into your downward dog. Beautiful. Taking a deep inhale, lengthen and lift the right heel all the way to the sky. Draw that knee to the edge of the mat as we come down into your pigeon. And reach the fingertips forward. Forehead over the hands. So we're still squeezing the glutes. We're pressing the left hip down towards the floor. And we're lengthening the chest forward so the shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Taking one more deep breath in, we come back up onto those hands. Circle your right arm overhead and either with a strap or just with your hand, capture the back foot and squeeze the heel towards your glute. Chest lifts, belly draws in. You may wish to look up, just so long as there's space at the base of the skull, so we're not just dropping the head back. Make sure everything's long and lifted. Beautiful. We then circle, releasing the foot, circle that right hand back down to the floor. Tuck the back toe under, we step back into your high plank. Roll onto the blade edge of your left foot and inner arch of your right foot, and we reach your right hand by your thigh. Your hand is directly underneath the left shoulder. We bend the knees, pushing into the soles of the feet. Reach your right arm overhead and look towards the hand. We then squeeze and lengthen, squeeze the glutes, Vashisthasana, side plank. We'll do that 2 more times. So we reach, shoulders down and stretch. Belly in, lift the hips, reach and stretch. 1 more. And we lengthen the right arm up to the sky. Lift your right foot off the thigh and off the floor. Separate the legs. Inhale for 3, for 2, for 1. We then lower right foot on top of left, lower right hand down to the floor, lower Chaturanga Dandasana, scoop through into your up dog. Roll over the toes, exhale, down dog. Deep inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Amazing. We take a next inhale, lengthen the left heel to the sky. Draw the knee in through tiger pose and lower the knee to the edge of the mat. Hips descend as we come into your reclined pigeon on the other side. So just walking those hands gently forward. We can place the forehead on the hands. And pressing the right hip down. So as we square those hips off, you may feel a little bit of increased stretch in the deep into the left glute and into that hip socket. You may not as well, but if you are a little bit tighter, then you might feel a bit more of a stretch. And if you find there's any knee pain, obviously that's not what we want. So we want to either lengthen the shin bone forward towards the front of the mat a little bit more, or even pop one of your blocks underneath your left glute. So we're just lifting that sit bone up a little higher. Full deep breaths. We feel the lower rib cage expand and let it go. Amazing. We'll then come back up onto those hands. Place the right hand underneath the right shoulder. We'll circle the left arm up, over and back. If you can perhaps even look back towards the fingertips, if you've got the range in the upper back, or at least aim for it. We capture that back toe. You can either hook a strap around there or use your hand. And we continue to lift the heart and chest and pull the heel in towards the glute until you feel a stretch. It might be here. You might have your strap. That might be enough. Or you might be connected with the hand and the foot. You may wish to draw it right in to feel a stretch. Wherever you're at is absolutely fine. So we take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Amazing. We have one more deep breath in. Feel the rib cage expand. Feel the heart lift. We then release that back foot. Circle that left arm over towards the front of the mat and to place it down underneath the shoulder. Tuck the back toe under. Lengthen the left heel back. High plank. We roll onto the blade edge of right foot. Inner arch of left. And we place the left hand on the side body. Right hand's underneath the shoulder. We bend the knees. Squeeze the left arm overhead to look to the top of the mat. And then stretch the legs, squeeze the glutes, press the chest up. Arm comes down, side body. Again, reach, bend, and stretch, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And exhale. We then separate the thighs, reach the left arm, full Vashisthasana side plank with a lift. Lift the hips, lift the rib cage, lift underneath the armpit for 3, for 2. Stay with me. This is tough, but you can do it. Last 1. We then float that left hand down to the floor, roll onto the tippy toes in high plank, lower chaturanga. We scoop into your up dog. We then bend the knees, press back, child's pose. Roll, walk the hands all the way through. Come to a seated position with the legs extended out in front of you. We reach the arms up to the sky And we fold forward with a slight bend in the knees, toes flexed if you choose, or you can stretch the legs and point the toes. Just so long as the tailbone's not tucking under, so we don't want to be hunched forward and losing the space between the shoulders and the ears. We want to make sure that we extend this lower back so that it's flat and the shoulders draw away from the ears. The chest is pressing forward. And then we lower down. And you might want to top it off by letting the head release. We then sit up tall, pointing the toes, squeeze the inside seam of those legs together. We roll down through the spine, hugging the knees into the chest. Let's take a little roll over to the right side, a little lower back release. Come back through, belly to spine, other side, exhale. Come back through, tent the fingers on the floor. Extend the heels up to the sky, toes flexed. Peel your lower tailbone off the floor and the toes towards the floor into your plow pose. Placing the hands into the small of the back. Feel the shoulders wiggle together a little bit more, just if you would like to increase the range a little more without forcing it. The invitation's there. We never want to force any posture. Always just allow the body to move into the postures with the breath. There's nothing ever sharp or jerked about any of your yoga. We can be dynamic, we can have intent, but we're never chaotic. We then tent the fingers on the floor, roll down through the spine, keeping those toes flexed, keeping the legs as close to the face as we can. We then place the soles of the feet down on the floor. Roll up through the spine as we come into a reverse bridge. Deep inhale. Reach the arms above the shoulders, palms facing each other. Taking a deep breath in, maintaining the distance between the hands. Keep the hips up. We roll onto the right shoulder and then come back through. Roll onto the left shoulder and come back through. Let's do that one more time. So notice what's happening with your spine and the torso. Again, no force. We're allowing it to go full range, but use your control. Belly in, hips up. Roll over to the right shoulder. Try and keep the arms parallel. We try and keep the arms parallel. And then over to the left. And then back through. It's a little massage for the top of the back. We then roll all the way down through the spine. Hug the knees into the chest. A little rock and roll up and down the spine. And we'll come to the soles of the feet being parallel. Place the hands just behind the sit bones. We lift the hips, lift the heart, look back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. If you've got any neck concerns, please keep the eye gaze forward, looking towards the knees. Otherwise, see if you can find the floor behind you. Press the hips up, press the heart up. And then lower the sit bones down. Reach the arms up, inhale. Let's do that one more time. Hands come down. We then lengthen back, hips lift, reverse table. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Bring the soles of the feet together, reach the arms above the crown of the head, shoulders draw down. We then fold forward, pressing the knees out as much as you can. Let the head go. We then roll back up through the spine, stacking the spine and the joints one on top of the other. Bring the knees together, roll down through the spine. And if you'd like to take happy baby pose, allow the legs to be wide. You may wish to bring the soles of the feet together. You might wish to take a bind and maybe take the legs over one side. Feel that stretch. Come back through, maybe cross the other side. Take a bind. A little twist, stretch and through. Whatever you feel you need, the options are there for you. There might be something else that you really would like to do that I haven't mentioned, so you can do that as well. And then when you're ready, allow the legs to lengthen. Allow the body to descend into stillness. As we take a deep breath and just let it go, all of that tension, all of the engagement, all those muscles supporting bones, now just let them let go. Just let everything be suspended and hang in space. Just a momentary pause. The legs and arms are heavy. The back of the eyeballs, allow that tension to release, be the muscles heavy. If there's any tension around your temples or anything that you've been ruminating on, problem solving, again, just let it fall away. Let it go. And even notice any muscles that are holding on around your skull, around the top of the skull. This maybe gives your skin across the top of the head a little wiggle. Just let that go. Maybe you can wiggle your ears. I can't wiggle my ears. But if you can wiggle your ears, give your ears a little wiggle and then let it go. And start to turn your attention and your awareness to your breath. And perhaps even start to deepen the breath. A little more pronounced on the depth and length of the inhales and exhales. Refine your focus so that your awareness of your heartbeat comes into focus. Do you feel it beating heavy and pronounced in your chest, perhaps in your ears? You can hear it resonating in your ears. Perhaps you feel it into the back of the body as your upper back presses into the floor. Maybe you feel the heartbeat pulsing through down into your fingers and into your toes. As you complete the next cycle of breath, we take 2 deep inhales together to close your Shavasana. Inhale, exhale, deep inhale, and exhale. Rolling on to the right side of your body when you're ready. Come to a seat. And come to a cross-legged position. You can have your hands at your heart press center or palms up or down in your lap. Just take a moment of pause here. A reflective pause, maybe, on the journey that you've just had, and how anything that you've learnt here may inform how your day will unfold as you step off the mat. Perhaps it is just simply a moment of pause out of your work seat and sitting at your desk, and you've given yourself some space and some movement. It can be as simple as that, and just as effective and just as nourishing. As we bring your hands to your heart press center, gently taking a bow, I wish you Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again on the mat in our next session together.